Hey everyone, and happy Monday. On today's episode of Ain't No Monday Motivation, we are going to be talking about time management. And I really like this topic because I know it's something that a lot of us struggle with. And notice I say us and not you because it's also something that I struggle with. However, it is one of the most important things whenever it comes to your professional life, your business, your work, whatever it is. If you don't have control over your time, you're just always busy and not productive. You're not getting the things done that actually need to be done. And in the grand scheme of all things, it just makes you feel less confident. It makes you feel scrambled and all over the place. And again, it's just one of the most important topics in personal development. So, time management. First thing is everybody has 24 hours in a day. Me, Oprah, my mom, Warren Buffett, your mom, you, 24 hours. That's it. So first things first, stop saying the words, I don't have time. Just be honest with yourself. You don't make time. You don't make the time to do X, Y, Z. Maybe you don't make the time to work out, or maybe you don't make the time to send that extra email, or you don't make the time to put in for your business or to start your business, whatever it is. The bottom line is whenever you're saying, I don't have time, what you're really saying is, I'm not making the time, AKA it's not a priority for me right now. So again, first things first, stop using I don't have time as an excuse. Another thing to keep in mind whenever it comes to time, and if you see me glancing down, it's because I have my notes over here. The other thing is to remember that while it may seem like everyone's always talking about making more money and how can I have more money to do this and to do that and more wealth, but in reality, what people are really looking for is freedom and choices and time. So money, you can make more of it. Always. It's always been here. Well, relatively, it's always been here. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. So while it is important for you to learn how to manage your money, what does it matter if you don't have time to spend that money to do the things you love to do? Whether that's starting your own business or spending more time with your family and friends, spending more time with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or maybe just relaxing and getting away from it all. Whatever it is, it's super important that you actually make the time to do the things that make you feel good, because that's how you're going to get momentum to really do the things you love to do. That's how you're going to feel confident in yourself because you have control over your time, which makes you feel like you have control over your life. So, diving into time management. Rule number 1, plan it. What I do personally is every morning, Monday through Friday at least, I'm not going to lie, it gets a little shaky on the weekends. But what I do is I always write down what I want to get done that day. I always make my list. And I've been doing this for about maybe not even 2 years, but it seems long enough to the point where if I don't make a list, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, since I have been doing it for such a long time, I don't know how people who do not have a list, like a to-do list of the day, I don't know how you even know what to do. So obviously you can do this a lot of different ways. What I do is in my room, I actually have a whiteboard, and every month I write down a lot of the medium to big things that I want to do. Like, for example, if I want to make sure that I write a new blog post, or if I want to make sure that I visit X amount of networking events for the month. And then on Sunday evenings, I write down what I want to accomplish that week. And on that list, there's always like something for my board. So I look at the board, I look at my schedule, like what's going to be realistic and what's timely. What do I really, really need to get done? And I write down what I want to get done for that week. And then I also do it on a daily basis. Now, if this seems really overwhelming to you, then maybe just start with the monthly, or maybe start with the daily, whichever one you feel is good for you. But I can promise you that writing it down makes it so much more likely for you to get it done, just as we talked about writing down your goals. And also, it helps kind of keep you organized and structured, and it makes you really think about what's actually important here. Because chances are, if it's not important, you're not going to write it down. And above all, if you have a list, you're more likely to look at it and actually keep going. So as you're checking things off, it's like, oh, I got that done. I want to do more stuff. So maybe instead of going to, catch another episode of whatever it is on Netflix, or maybe you decide to, oh, I'm just going to go to bed. If you have something written down for you to do, chances are you're more likely to do it. Now, the next step after planning it and writing it is to make sure you prioritize. So if any of you have read the book Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, then you know what I'm talking about. And while it's super great if you're writing a list and you're getting everything written down as far as what you need to do, if you're not prioritizing that list, it can also get sort of hectic. And this is where I sort of still have this same weakness, because I'll write down all these things I want to get done at like 7:30, 8 a.m. Then I look up and it's like 10, and maybe I've done like 1 or 2 small things on the list, but the things I know I need to tackle, I'm not really doing them. And then I look up and it's 4 p.m. and I still have like a 2-hour task in front of me. And of course, by that point, you can imagine that I have plenty of excuses about why I can do it another night. So whenever you make your list, make sure you try to write the biggest things at the top. And when I say the biggest, what I mean is what's going to have the most impact. So if it's something for your own business, it's like, okay, what's going to make you the most revenue, or what's going to get you closer to a new client or customer? If it's something for just like a job you're at, maybe it's what's going to make my boss happiest, or what's going to increase my numbers to XYZ. Actually prioritize what you're going to do, so it's not like you just have a long list of things. So plan it, whether it's the night before or the morning of. Try to do it every day. Write it so you can actually see it. You can check it off and get that good feeling, and prioritize that list. And from there, I can promise you that your time management skills are going to get so much better. And once you get into the habit of doing this, you are going to wonder how you ever got anything done without making a list. So that's my spiel on time management as far as how I get it done, how, I think, would be helpful for you guys to do it. So if anyone has any ways that you guys do time management, or that you focus on it and maybe you have a method, I'm all ears. I'm always happy to hear, new options and try different things. It's any way that's going to make me more productive. So otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to comment below. You can also tweet me at Bianca Lynch. Otherwise, you guys have a great evening.